Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Who's here? Hello, Mr. Thor. So you're the first. Hello, Darren. Hello, Dave. Just came in from the greenhouse and saw you were live. Hello, Mallory. Just got but I am in my school parking lot. I got class this morning. Well, hope you have a good class. I guess it is massage. Is it your massage course? Hello, Karen. Nice. I'm like towards the end of my coffee cup, but like I still have some left. It's probably like cold right now, but I'm a mom of three, so cold coffee is a reality that I have to accept. I was okay, I'm gonna go make my second cup of coffee, but then I might run around the house a couple of times. So I'm just gonna stick to one for now and keep a second one for this afternoon. Woohoo! That's nice. I did a massage course oh God. When was that? I was with my roommate at the time. I think I was 25 years old. I did the first course. So when I did my course back then, I did not need the 1,000 hours I think it was Swedish. Yeah, I took Swedish. So I think I had 100 hours, and I actually have my book with me. So I have my book, and I started everything, and I didn't need I think it's 200 hours or something like that. Anyways, I didn't need the second course to perform massages and give out receipts. And then the law changed, and I had to complete, I think it was like another course of 800 hours and something like that. But it's been a while. It's been a minute. So the kids, I have my massage table. Wait, let me take this out. My massage table is right behind me. We've moved around part of the living room so that I can have my table out and practice my Reiki on my kids and my husband. But they often ask me massage, and I'm a bit rusted. I have my notes somewhere, like how to perform the Swedish massage. It was fun. That first course. Hello, Madame Annie. We were just talking. It's always a good skill to have, that's for sure. I don't know if I'm going to revisit that modality. I did love it at the time, like the environment, the music, and the vibe. I actually have Luna on the table right now. Amba, Luna. Amba. No. That's something I have to fix. Luna's in love with my massage table because it's right in front of a big window where she can see everyone that passes. So I've come up with part of a solution so that she cannot go from the couch to the table, but little Luna, I should call her little, finds a way to jump on the other side. So I'm going to have to come up with an idea to secure the table because her paws are all dirty. All right, time for school. Have a great day. Thanks for popping in. Hello. Okay, so I'm going to go on a whim here. Desmond, hi. Oh, someone fixed his face and is going to join me.
Well, I tried.
You tried?
I tried to fix my face. It's not.
Okay, go like this. Okay, take your hands. Your face is fixed. You have to remove the glasses.
No. Actually, my perception of my face might be a lot better.
At night, there's something I do to help out, get ready for bed. Like I wash my face, and then I have an oil I put, and I start like I massage the jawline and then the sinuses and then the delicate skin we have under our eyes, around the eyes. And then like I just like give myself like a small facial. It just feels awesome. Like I prepare myself for sleep, but I should also do it in the morning. It probably would rejuvenate or like give me like energy.
You're not one of the mask wearers
What
that
do you mean?
show up to bed with the green mask on your face of
I haven't done masks in like years. In like I used to do a charcoal mask. It's a black one. I scared a couple of times my kids with that one. It's like a whole black mask and it like foams. Like I would just
be
apply
careful,
it.
you'll get canceled with that.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that on YouTube, but I
Right?
scared the kids with that. They were so young. I used to do that. It detox your skin, but like it's kind of a couple of things I sacrificed over the years. But if I would do it, I would do it when I take my bath. So like no one can see me. Like I'm in my bath and like put my mask on and like only scare the bugs if there's bugs in the bathroom. Odin. What did Odin do? Odin out Basset Hound. Our Basset Hound now sits on the arm of our couches because we moved for a better view. So I try to move around my floor plan to accommodate me and have my massage table behind me so I can practice massage and Reiki. But my Luna now is using that table to have a better view outside. So every time I reorganize, I think it's for the best of me. But Luna's like, I have a plan for you didn't think of.
Well, yeah, huskies love the highest spot. Like if there's a doghouse, they'll get on top of it. If,
Yeah.
if there's a bank, stuff
I
like
don't
that.
think you were there when I mentioned it. I did get the breeds of Luna.
Oh, no,
So
I wasn't.
the brother of Luna, which belongs to my friend of mine, paid for the when you swap in the mouth and
Hmm.
where is she? And she got the results. So where is she? Okay, let me take that out. And there's a lot of breeds in there. Okay, where is it? So the brother of Luna is Siberian Husky, Boston Terrier, Super Mutt. That one makes me funny. It's the third in the line, so he's a Super Mutt before like anything else. German Shepherd, Doberman Pinscher. So Luna's coloring probably comes from Doberman Pinscher and German Shepherd. Alaskan Malamute. So
Malamute,
her
yeah.
long fur, silky, comes from the Malamute. And this one's funny because it's tiny. Arendelle Terrier and Boxer. Those are like miniature dogs.
Yeah.
Picturing myself like, I hope it's not a male. I hope it was a female that like jumped. Like,
Yeah.
not,
How,
not
how
the
do you
small.
how do you cross that with a Malamute and this little?
Okay, so I did get the parents and the grandparents of the brother. So one of the grandparents of our dogs is mixed with Siberian Husky, Alaskan Malamute. So one of the grandparents is a purebred Siberian Alaskan Malamute, and the other grandparent is Boxen Terrier Doberman Pinscher mix. So the female, I'm hoping it was a female because poor Boxer is probably like a Malamute. Probably would have to be. Anyways, I'm just having this visual picture. So would be mixed with a female, which will make a smaller Alaskan Siberian Husky, Malamute, whatever. Like it would be like a smaller on their legs. And then the other parent is a Siberian Husky German Shepherd, so a Shepsky. So one of the grandparents is a German Shepherd mixed with Husky. And on the other side, so the other grandparent is a Arendelle Terrier Boxer mix.
That's insane.
So those are the grandparents, and then it created like the father of Luna is a mixed breed, which is probably this a Siberian Husky German Shepherd with an Arendelle Boxer Terrier. So that's probably him. And then the female, the mother, of Luna is a Siberian Husky mixed with a Boston Terrier. Like there's like all of that. So it does like this weird mix. The whole
Yeah.
litter is completely different. So my friend's dog, which is from the same litter, looks more like a husky. The fur is like a husky, and he sings like a husky, like you know that.
Yeah.
I don't have that. She chats with me, but she doesn't sing like the
Uh-huh.
she doesn't do that. So I'm pretty happy about that. But then Luna's sister, which is also a friend of the owner of the brother of Luna, looks exactly like Luna, but with Alaskan husky
I'll be
hair.
right back. I'm
No
listening.
worries.
I'm listening.
Woohoo! I got Desmond. So
Oh.
Luna's like mix is like all over the place. Like it would be funny to see the whole litter and the percentage of each. Like they literally look different. All of them. They all look like different. So me and Fred are like going back and forth if we are gonna breed Luna or not. Because if I breed Luna, she's not a Shepsky. She's a mutt. Like the real definition, like I think there's like 4 or 5 breeds. I think that's called like super mutt. So like what am I gonna say? I'm gonna say husky mix and then mix it with like maybe either German Shepherd or another, like bring in more blood of the husky. I don't know. We're
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
But
The
then
other
if
day,
yeah, sorry.
I I borrowed my neighbor's tractor to plow with because Trevor's got mine right now, and I left the house. I always leave their house with food. It's wonderful, but
That's fun.
yeah, I'm walking down the road, headed back home, and I just started singing a song because, well, that's what I do because I'm alone way too much apparently, and their Saint Bernard started howling along with me. It was so funny. I'm like, well, gee, just tell me how you really feel.
Those are the dogs with the little barrel under, right?
They're
Saint
not born with
Bernards.
that. You have to put them
No,
on
I
there. But
know, but those like that's a visual I have. Like they have like
yes,
that little
yes,
okay.
the
I
Saint
don't know
Bernards.
where it comes from, but that's the picture I have.
Yeah, Sweden. They used them as rescue dogs because they would take the little barrel had like
Food?
whiskey and stuff in it to help keep people warm until help could get to them.
Right.
At least I need to look that up because that's
Well, it,
pretty
it does make sense
that's
because the
pretty
barrel will keep it dry and
right.
there's going to be a good airflow going on. So if there's food inside, dehydrated food, like there's going to be, yeah, it does make sense.
Yeah.
Better than just the visual of like them with the. And my aunt used to have one on the farm, and that thing would slobber like there's a
Yeah, they drool.
lovely, and like a lick would like lick your entire face as a child, and like you would be left with so much of everything on your
Wow.
face.
Yeah. Yeah. They're really good dogs.
My poor dog Buster Brown is recovering from Lyme's disease.
Oh
Oh no.
no.
Had to take him to emergency vet this past weekend, but he's back to walking. Oh, that's so sad.
Oh yeah.
Is that like the tick disease? Lyme's disease?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ticks
Lyme
are
disease.
horrible this year. I think we're
Yeah.
going to see it like one of the worst. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm praying I'm wrong. But because it didn't freeze that much, they're already out. Usually it's like April, I would start that little pill that they take for
Mm-hmm.
the worms of the heart, the ticks, and something else. I forgot. There's three things in that little pill that she takes. And I've been getting calls from the vet saying, okay, so it's really time. Like they've been out for a very long time. I'm like, really? Like we're just in March. And then she's like, no, it didn't really freeze this year, so we have
Yeah.
to protect our animals. So I'm like,
I
okay.
got 3 ticks off Richie. Well, this is handsome, but off Richie already this year.
I saw something. I don't know if it's real or not. There is a collar that has essential oils in them
Mm-hmm.
for cats, for outdoor cats. I don't know. I think it's you that puts the essential oil. I know lemongrass repels, like not all of them. There's lavender, and there's another one.
Yeah, you could mix all those in to one thing and just, that way you coat
Yeah,
it
but the
right
color
down.
is like the essential oils
Yeah,
all around. So,
right.
and I find that if I would put that on my dog, like I would need to put one on the tail probably, because like it would like the ticks will not go from the torso, probably the head, the ears, but probably the behind area. She's so long. I
Hmm.
would have like to put something like on her tail.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna cover her with essential oils and
Yeah. Give her a massage. You got a massage table that she likes.
yeah, yeah. I'm sure she's gonna enjoy that. No, she's sleeping. Yeah, ticks are horrible. Like I don't understand. They know they're horrible. They know they're out there. They know they're nuisance. Like there's no good things about them. Like in the ecosystem, I don't see them unless I'm wrong. I'm not an expert. I don't see them as being helpful.
I They're about as helpful as a politician.
Right.
Politics, multiple bloodsuckers.
Yeah. So I come to like I know like Japanese beetles, same thing. They don't have a purpose. They're just
Mm.
there. I do know like white, what do you call it? The white butterfly. What's it called? Cabbage
Oh,
moth.
yeah,
So
yeah.
cabbage moth is a food for the birds. So I'm like, okay. So they
Well,
have a purpose. They're
tick,
food for someone.
ticks are food for guineas. Guineas love tick. Chickens will eat them, but most of all, they don't look for them specifically. Where guinea fowl love ticks.
It's funny knowing that, like as a agriculture or as a, I would like look. Anyways, what makes sense to me does not maybe make sense to anyone else, but it would be like, let's just say you would put at large a population of guinea pigs in a very highly concentrated area, and then open, what do you call it? They did that with boars once.
Open the
When,
gate.
so they would create a area, fenced area, very big. They let the boars loose, and then wild boars, and then they would go, okay, so now it's hunting season. So to
Okay.
control the population, obviously, and then they would control the nuisance that was there. So if you create a area that is highly concentrated in ticks and you just let guinea fowls there, and then you open the to specific, like a specific amount that
The
can be uh,
harvested, yeah.
harvested. That's not the word I'm looking for, but
Well,
that's what it means.
hunted, called, yeah.
Hunted, and then like they have a healthy numbers. They procreate. There's new members, and then like you always keep that number to maintain the population of the guineas and to decrease the population of ticks, and then try it as an experiment.
Well, it would work, especially if they're fenced in. The problem with guinea fowl is they are noisy. Anything changes in the yard at all, and I've got one guinea left. Um, and but if anything changes in the yard, he goes crazy. They'll just and they'll sit under your windows because I free range my chick, all my flock, my whole flock, and they'll sit under your windows and just and oh my gosh, I'm watching TV.
Yeah, well, obviously the noise would be a problem, but like there's isolated area that they wouldn't hurt anyone. And
Right.
if they can, let's just say that there's a billion of ticks. There's probably more, but let's just say there's a billion. If we can bring that population down to 0.5 billion,
Yeah.
or like three-quarters of a billion, I kind of see that as a score.
Oh, 30 guineas. I think, well, 10 or 20 guineas. It might take a little longer, but they would do it. Just
Probably. Like if you have like highly concentrated areas, they're never usually like in forests. There's like a lot of them. And
yeah.
hi to me. So
Remy.
I would be like, okay, so I am 1 kilometer away from any close houses. I'm not gonna create noise. Which one is noisier, the male or the female? And then if it's the female that's less noisier, I would use female. If it's the male, I would use males. But obviously, like you need both to
Propagate. Yeah.
propagate and like have a ongoing flock going on. But I feel that we could, if we could bring down the population a quarter every year, at one point they're going to be controlled.
Well, yeah. The problem is you've got just in that small area.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
but they won't be able to fly out some, other places.
Well, you'd
I
have to. That would be. I don't know if that would involve a 6 or 8 foot fence or netting over the top.
They do
Because
fly, I was told.
oh yes, they do fly, and I was told that I was very lucky because I forget who told me this. They were here. Uh, they said that all the guineas they've ever heard of after they mature, excuse me, you can't keep them on the farm. You just can't.
Well, maybe because he was brought up with chickens.
Maybe. Um, but
But I'm sure there's other ways. Like I know guineas are like one of the ways, but there's probably other ways to control the population.
oh yeah. Well, like I said, chickens, as long as it's not horrible. The thing I don't like about ticks is number one, they look a lot like spiders. I don't like spiders. Number
I have
two,
no idea what you're talking about. I girl scream when I see them.
so do I. Oh my
But
goodness.
like even if it's this big or this big, I just
My first camel spider that I saw in the desert, oh my gosh.
oh, that
I
must have been big.
yeah. They're huge. The
I
bodies
don't
are
want to know.
huge.
I don't want to know. No, no,
They're one of the largest spiders that you can
no. La la
have.
la la.
My let's see, I was a gunner on the Bradley at the time, and it was wartime, so yeah, my M16 came off safe. I was ready to shoot it, and that would have been hefty consequences.
Of course.
But look up.
No. I'm scared of spiders. I'm not gonna go look that up and like jeopardize my sleep tonight. Not doing that.
Part of Luna's family tree were smaller than camel spiders, so it might make a good pet.
There's one thing I'm trying to do is I'm trying not to show my children to have a fear of spiders. So I'm trying like with the deepest of like my soul and my core, when I see a spider and I have people with me, I'm like, and I try to kill it. Because I have like this rule. If I see you in my house and I can relocate you outside and you won't die outside, I'll put you outside if you're small enough. If you're too big, we're gonna have like a one-on-one conversation. I can't see you. Like you can live in my house, but I can't see you. But like if you come back, I'm so sorry. I told you not to. Like I can't see you. You have to die. So outside, this is a little different. I know they're my friend in the garden, so I sit down in front of them and have like a conversation with them. I'm gonna tolerate you because you're my friend, but I cannot see you and you cannot spook on me.
Yeah, I was out with one night when we still had the camper here, and yeah, that was 7 or 8 years ago. And I was out with my headlamp, and I looked through, and there were all these little shiny dewdrops everywhere. I mean, there were just thousands of them. I'm like, dude, the ground is dry. I walked up, and in the leaf litter, it was millions upon millions of spiders. Do you like movies that are
I don't watch horror movies.
You don't watch horror movies? My favorite horror movies, I don't watch horror movies anymore because Wendy's not here and I'm all alone in the middle of nowhere.
That kind of complicates stuff.
Yeah, it does. It does. But the best horror movies to me are realistic horror movies, ones that can happen and ones of stuff that I'm scared. Like the killer that walks while everybody else is running and still beats up. That's not scary for me because uh well 9mm beats big ugly knife. But when you start getting into things that can happen,
They made me watch when I was a teen Saw.
yeah,
Ugh.
that was a good movie because there are psychos out there that will kidnap you and um
I was traumatized for a while. Like I only saw I didn't finish the movie. I started, and as soon as I can't remember which one it was. Like the key was behind the eye. I'm like, I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. And the other one had it in his stomach. I was like, I'm
oh,
out. I'm out. There's like no. No, no, no. And the other one they tried to make me watch was The Circle. No,
oh yeah, with the crop circles with the aliens.
no, no,
uh
no,
no.
no. It's a little girl that's stuck in a well.
Oh, yeah, I know the one you're talking about. I can't think of the name of it. Oh, that The Ring.
Yeah. No.
Those
I
are good.
started the
Well,
movie and I saw just a preview of it, like of how she's dressed. I'm like, I'm out. I'm out. I'm
well,
out. I'm
so
out.
those are terrifying to me because um I believe in demons. I
And
believe in
the third one I watched, well, actually, it was the first one I watched. It's the original version of the Exorcist,
The Exorcist.
the
Yeah,
first one. You know,
yeah,
when she walks like on her hand, like backwards in the stairs.
yeah,
That like, mm-mm, mm-mm.
yeah. It's.
That was like the ex of my sister was like, I can't sleep. Do you want to watch a movie? Because I was sleeping downstairs, and I'm like,
We're
sure.
gonna help you sleep.
Yeah, like, and the little shit fell asleep on the couch watching the movie, and I was like, doo 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 all night long. And the next day, he's like, you look like shit. I'm like, no kidding. Watch that
the
before going to bed.
the original Amityville Horror.
I like those are the three that I've watched.
Yeah, the original Amityville Horror was terrifying to me. Number one, demons. Number two, it's based on a true story. Morning, Teflon. It's based on a true story. This was all these people moved into this house. The husband started to change, become more aggressive. Then he became obsessed with the basement and stuff, and started tearing through. He found a hidden room in the basement after tearing through the wall and stuff. He just, and then he started getting very aggressive towards the mother and stuff.
Like
But
a like spirit possessed him or something.
well, yeah. Come to find out, the person that lived there before was a mass murderer, did all this other stuff, and um
I thought, well, maybe today. I think it is required by the law
for them
to,
to
to say to be totally transparent when you buy a home if there was a murder that happened or if a murderer lived there or something like that. Isn't that a law?
yeah, yeah. It is now, but this was back in the early 70s, I think, when
Okay, so
this happened.
hi Scott, hi Tramplin.
And oh my gosh, uh when they left there, they finally said, okay, we're getting out of here, because I mean the guy was dangerous. I mean, the kid had an invisible friend, and
Well, there are some out of context. An imaginary friend is not like
right,
totally bad, but in that
right.
context, it's like hmm.
This one was, but and now the people who moved in there since, because I would have tore the house down when I
I
left.
would
But
have
the
burned it
people,
to the ground.
yeah, the people who lived there since have had no issues whatsoever. Um, and I want to say it's Amityville, Long Island. It's down in that way, but the first they did a remake and they did sequels and stuff that were all made up, but that first one is based on a real story,
At
and
like my hair goes like,
yeah, um, and it's just I don't know, it's insane.
it
Um,
is.
but the movie, my ultimate horror movie, is a movie called Arachnophobia.
I think I've heard of it.
Yeah, there's uh they're in Africa or somewhere like that, and they go down in these cliffs to this environment that has totally been closed off to the outside world. So they're like, oh, it's a evolutionary, you know, it's totally unchanged. But there are no large mammals anywhere. They're the species at the top of the food chain are these huge tarantula like things, and one of them gets in the sleeping bag of one of the professors,
Oh my god.
bites him and kills him because their venom is like way toxic. And then they box him up to ship him out, and one of them gets in there.
Mm.
And when his body makes it, it's totally desiccated, totally removed of fluid because the spider had to live. The spider gets out, mates with a common house spider, a wolf type spider, just a common house spider. So now
Mm-hmm.
you have this town that is just flooded with all of these
This
house
hybrid version.
spiders that have uber um, deadly venom. I mean, they bite you, and within seconds, you're having a heart attack.
Lovely.
Yeah, Long Island. Yeah.
Just gonna catch up on messages.
Oh, yeah.
My first scary movie was The Exorcist, and nope, never again. I love horror movies, especially when I'm alone, and then after I'm scared to go downstairs and look out the window. Hello, Champlin Acres. No worries. How you're feeling, Scott? I love horror movies, but always find characters so stupid. So there is like a crossover of thriller and horror. Like
Yes.
Jason, there's like Jason 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I don't know how much they are. But it kind of started as horror, and then it crossed over to thriller, and then like they kind of like mix that. So there's like portion of the movie that's thriller, and then there's horror. And there's like I'm gonna say it,
Friday,
Friday the 13th, and then there's Halloween,
Halloween.
and then there's another one, Freddy. No,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Freddy.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, the one with
The
the long
knives.
nails, and then they crossed over Freddy with Halloween,
Yeah.
and
Or
then
no,
there's
with
the
Friday the
Chainsaw
13th.
Massacre. No,
Texas Chainsaw Massacre based on a true story.
really?
Yeah. Um, and see, these are all the movies you just named back in the 80s, early 80s when I was just a budding young pubescent male. I would go to friends' house. They were rated R. I wasn't allowed to watch them at my house, but they were rated R, and all of them had some form of nudity, and most of them had some form of nudity in it. So we would go, and my friend Ronnie Stefan, he's dead now, but he had HBO, so we would go watch them there, and because his parents didn't care. Um,
Well, there is two train of thought on that. My parents were like, "I'd rather you do this home under
yeah,
adult supervision." Obviously, if there's nudity, my parents would have say yes. But like, if I was to do something stupid, they would prefer me doing it home under adult supervision.
Right.
But there's also the neglect part of it. Like they need to kind of know what's going on in that movie
Well,
for them
yeah.
to say yes.
Uh, I remember, oh my gosh, so many of these there was a movie we watched called Blame It on Rio.
I don't know that
And
one.
it wasn't a horror movie, but it they were in Rio de Janeiro on vacation, and there were just like string bikinis and everything everywhere. And if you watch too much content like that, you're going to objectify women. It is going to skew your perspective. Will become meat to you if you watch too much of that
Well,
stuff. You know.
there is something I've seen in Brazilian women. So I admire their body.
Oh,
They
absolutely.
have beautiful bodies. They are tanned. They are toned. They're the way that they eat is completely different. But if you pay attention, like real attention, there's all shapes and sizes in
Oh
those
yeah,
string bikinis.
yeah,
So they embrace, okay, I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's bad. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but they embrace their shapes. And it
yeah.
is, for them, it's like cultural. Like the bikini that they wear, it is part of their culture. I would not do that. I am not comfortable in my body to do that, but I see that there's all different shapes.
If you look at look at the paintings, was it Galileo? The
The
get
women
them,
were chunkier.
yeah. Well, because that was realistic. That is beautiful. I don't want
A
uh,
stick.
yeah, somebody that I'm gonna have to worry. Oh, I'm giving her a hug. Oops, I snapped a rib. Bummer. You know. And it's just the whole, I don't know, the feminist movement. Now they're getting a little bit ridiculous nowadays, glorifying unhealthy bodies. See, that's where you you cross into the
Danger
negligent.
territory.
Yeah,
Well,
because it's not because it's not pretty. It's not
I
because it's
understand why
not,
they do it because you have to start somewhere.
yes.
Let's just say that you are in a position that all your life you were not taught to take care of yourself and you were born into a house that didn't eat properly. Whatever the reason, you're in a position that your body is not its ideal healthy weight.
Right.
So I understand why they show that because you're a man or a woman, you can be wherever. But I feel like there's missing something to inspire them to get to the healthier.
Yeah. It's um the thing is saying and I'm not one to judge. I am heavier than I have ever been in my life. I went from having to gain 3 pounds to make it to 140 pounds to join the army to I am now like 237, 238 last time I weighed myself. This is the heaviest I've ever been in my life. Uh, but I'm realizing this is getting unhealthy. I need to start doing something, and as soon as the weather starts working out, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try. No, I'm gonna do it. I've got to do it because, well, if I don't watch my figure, nobody else will. um,
But it
it-
does say, like, last time I was this weight, I was carrying Philip. I just gave birth. So I am the same size when I was pregnant with a 7 pound baby, just without the belly. So I've been through a hell of a lot within the last 2 years, and unhealthy habits created what I am today. But I'm realizing it, same thing, and I'm trying to address it. But like 2 years of, well, more than that, unhealthy habits created something, and you have to unprogram it. And that's the
yeah,
hardest part, the unprogramming. No one shows you, they just say, do this, you're going to
yeah,
lose weight.
yeah,
But the thing is, if you don't fix the mental issue attached to it, you're going to get back to that. So I've always been a bigger woman all my life, big hips, not huge, but like always like always carried something more than
Right.
my healthy weight. But there's something attached to it, and no doctor, no specialist, no one will actually help me to find out why. And I'm
It's your body design, maybe because certain people, some women carry their weight in their thighs, some in their hips, some
some in their
yeah. I've got that. I'm about to graduate to B cup.
uh,
Um, but but you got to understand too, Annie. You're saying you're the same weight you were when you had Philip.
yeah, the day before
Um,
I gave birth to Philip.
yeah. The thing is how old is he now?
10.
10. You're in the natural process of aging. I know you're 29,
No, I
but
actually lost all the weight, and then I slowly
well,
gained it
yeah,
back.
and then you're slowly gaining it back. You're a mother. You have three kids, right?
Well, if you don't count the dogs, the husband, and the chickens.
Plus a dog, husband, and chickens. So your body is compensating for your life in a sense. That as we age, think about it. What do babies look like? Babies are bald, round, and pudgy.
And
What
smells
do
great. I miss
yeah
that smell. Oh my god. When I hold a baby in my hand, I'm like
yeah and
they smell good.
and then uh and then at the end of life, what are most people are, well, men are bald, pudgy, and
I
it's
never
the
paid
same.
attention to that detail.
It's the same thing. Your body is, it's a cycle.
Yeah.
God, I believe God loves cycles.
Yeah.
And you got to realize, like, I will never be that guy back down to
No, no, no.
130
Well,
pounds.
I've never been overweight when I was young, but I was always, my hips. I was 16 and I was told my hips were ready to carry a baby. They were wide enough at
You have
16 to
birthing hips,
carry a
yeah.
baby, which is great because my doctor said I will never have complication delivering if I choose to be a mother one day. So I'm like, okay, that's
Hmm.
great. I know that my shape is not meant to be a stick. That I know.
Right.
But I did carry a load over the years, a mental load, and no one, no one talks about there is mental load for a man, there is mental load for a woman, but no
Yeah.
one talks about the impact and negative impact. And over the years, you kind of create self sabotaging habits.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's okay. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I'm gonna start eating healthy tomorrow. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. And then tomorrow you wake up, you're 70 and you've never done it.
Yeah.
But if like I'm trying to grab the horns of a bull, like, and I'm trying to like change that. I've changed my food, I've changed my habits, but then a woman cycles every 28 days. And there's a week in that cycle that you go from
Yeah.
and that week, every freaking month, that week, just like poof, everything I'm doing just like goes out of the front door. And then I
Yeah.
have to like take it back and like I have to make an effort. But at least I'm aware of it. But like I'm still
Yeah.
not done grabbing that bull's horn and like riding with it. Because there's a
The,
lot of mental load and trauma over the years that I have to
yeah.
clear.
And the thing is you got to remember that a person is more than physical.
No, well, there's the
But
internal beauty also.
the internal beauty, it's like you look at some of the supermodels out there, or what they're calling supermodels. Um,
Some of them are
and
beautiful.
some of them are beautiful, but some of them are ugly people.
Yeah,
You
but
look at
what is beauty to me is not the same thing to someone else.
right. Um, but in inside there, some of them are downright rotten. But you think of the ones that made it, the ones that are running multiple businesses. I think of oh, what's her name, Jennifer Lopez, and stuff
She
like
was a
that.
model?
Oh yeah, she was a model. She's modeled, she's done clothes, she's done singing.
Really? I didn't know she was a
Yeah,
model. I know that.
acting.
Well, yeah, she does. She does a bit of everything now.
Yeah, and it's you look at that and those people. It's like I've been thinking about the people because I've been doing a lot with vet TV and veteran stuff on YouTube. And these guys that come from mostly the special forces backgrounds, I heard, yeah.
I think you hit the sweet spot of Remy. Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez.
How
Gotta
did
love the behind.
Cartman do it?
Yeah. Gotta
Cartman.
love the behind of that woman.
Yes, yes.
Hey, Remy, you like the behind or the face? Or the thighs? Or the whole
All of it.
package?
You gotta like all of it. It's you you get these stick figures and you can spend 10 minutes counting ribs in your board. You get a woman that
Can
is
I actually see
beautiful
my
on the
ribs?
I
I
don't
can't
know.
even see my ribs. I can feel my ribs.
But you get a woman that is beautiful on the inside, and
Yeah,
no matter what her body shape is, you can spend hours exploring the different ways to make the woman on the inside shiver. You know what I'm saying?
I
It's
find that there's external beauty,
yeah.
there's internal beauty of the heart,
Mhm.
and there's the internal beauty of the brain, the knowledge. Not
Mhm.
like everything around the brain. Like you can sit with someone that has like a beautiful heart, beautiful personality, but if the brain does not connect, well, then there's differences.
Right.
But I find that these three things completes everything. Like if the person's beautiful inside out
Mhm.
and the brain, you
Yeah.
hit the jackpot, on my personal opinion. When I met
Absolutely.
my husband, when I met him, he was going through the worst cases for his doctor of acne. I've never seen him until 1 month before our wedding without acne. He had severe cases. He was on multiple medication. You know those really, really strong medication that peels your skin on your back
Yeah.
and on your face? It didn't work. And everyone's like, what do you see in him? Like, what do you see in this 12-year-old older men than you? And his face is like always with like, I'm like, it's not that. I'm not seeing that.
Yeah.
I'm seeing the details. I'm seeing the heart. I'm seeing the intelligence he has, the passion he has, what drives him. That's what I saw. And I was blessed. Just before our wedding, we found a lady that actually sat down with us and says, it's super simple, your condition. I don't understand how come no one actually thought of it. You just need to come and see me once a week for 4 weeks. And I promise you, your skin's going to be totally different. I'm like, really? That's it? So he's like, yeah, I've tried everything. So might as well like just try this. Because I remember he was crying because like, I don't want to look like this on our wedding photos. So I'm like, well, if need be, we're just going to ask someone to work the pictures. Like I'm
Mhm.
going to send it to a professional and like even out your complexion. And I remember him being so sad of this. And then this woman transformed his entire life.
The the problem is there's so much money in treating
Yeah.
issues like that that they won't tell you the simple cheap cure that you can do at home or in 4 weeks that you learn how to do yourself and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So he had to, there was a certain diet to relieve some of the pressure on the liver. And it was detox for the face. And it was the first week, the first 2 weeks he came out of there, he's like she was detoxifying the face, doing a lot of treatments. And the liver is like a big part of your skin.
Yes.
So if your skin is like all over the place and you have no idea what's going on, the gut health and the liver is a good place to start. So we did that, and then we completed with like a 4 week. It cost us a little fortune, but of everything he's tried, it
Yeah.
stopped. He has breakouts once in a blue moon, but it was gone. After the wedding, like I was like, okay, so he was happy. He's like, okay, so he went back to the ladies, like, when do I expect this to come back? She's like, it's not supposed to come back. Like, I've made it. Like, I've worked really hard with you, like the procedure and everything. It's not going to come back. And he never did.
Yeah. Yeah, our bodies are meant to be like neutral. Yeah, Remy with a save back there. Um,
She is.
just in case Manon is watching. Um, but our bodies are not meant, we've turned them acidic with all the soda and sweet. The one of the worst things that have happened to the first world countries is sugar, and refined sugar is in
Old juice,
everything.
soda pops, energy
And
drinks.
we've turned our bodies acidic.
Yeah. We're supposed to be alkaline, right?
Yeah, we're supposed to be alkaline. That is one of the things that getting out in with uh, grounding, walking barefoot in the garden and stuff like that
Everyone
is
thinks I'm crazy when I do that.
nope.
I don't let my chicken free run because of that. I
Yeah.
walk out.
Oh, squish
Uh,
between the toes. Free the toes, free the ew.
so like I make sure that, well, obviously there's the birds in the sky, so I can't, like, I
Oh,
always make sure, but like as soon as I can, like right now, the last of the snow is leaving. Around
oh,
April, I walk bare feet outside until December. Like as soon as I can, I walk bare feet. And if I when I can, this is the reason why my office is where it is, because I sunbathe. Like I just go like, oh,
yeah,
like it could be somewhere else in a closed area, but I wouldn't have a window and I wouldn't have the sun. We're vibrating.
yeah,
I think we like grounding. It's one of the things that I miss the most in the colder months. Like I sit down on my chair and I imagine like the roots of everything that's under the house like reach up to me, and like I try to say, okay, so I'm grounded, I'm grounded. It, like it doesn't do the same thing as walking in the on the grass.
I
And
get.
free of the toes. Maybe I should do a short video and tag Jack from Rem's Homestead when I do that.
um,
Or like
free.
have like a
Um,
video of like me sitting down, slow motion, drinking a coffee, breathing in, breathing out, and then like removing my socks and running in the soil. Free the toes.
that would get a lot of views on YouTube. Just saying.
Yeah.
I'm not. I can't. When Wendy was sick, she was retaining water, and I showed a picture of her feet, and I was on a live stream, and because it wasn't because her feet were cute, her feet were round. She was retaining so much fluid and stuff because her liver was shutting down.
Yeah.
And this guy's like, "Show the feet again, show the feet." Dude, not that type of channel. I don't understand it.
Well, there's
Um,
worse fetishes. There's worse fetishes than
oh
feet.
yes,
There's
yes,
worse.
yeah. I,
You
I've
know,
always I've always been a full fetish type of guy, a full body thing. Um,
some prefer the breasts, some prefer the bums, some prefer the feet, some is the eyes.
the
Not
feet,
sure I should say mine, but
huh?
not sure what I if I should say mine. I people will think I'm weird.
No, go ahead. We know you're weird. You hang out with hands, really? Cool.
You can say a lot from a person's hand and
Oh
the
yeah,
eyes.
yeah.
The eyes are the window of the soul, and the hands shows a lot about you. So the first thing I look when I'm attracted to, well, when I was shopping for a husband, if you can call it that, the first thing, obviously there's the beauty, the outdoor beauty, but once you're past that window or past that, I would look through the eyes and look at the hands. If like if you're a manual person, you work like in a garage and all of that, like you see the hands, and then like you can see how the person takes care of himself. If you see him when he's working, obviously he's gonna be all dirty. But
Right.
if he brings you on a date and he had many hours to get ready, he has no kids, like he has no excuse, and he brushed every single of those fingers, filed them, it tells you a lot, a lot
Yeah.
about that person. Like he took the time. I'm not saying people that doesn't do that are bad people, but
Right.
it does tell you a lot about the person's personality
Well, yeah,
behind.
he's putting his best foot forward, and he cares about the little things. Trevor was
Details.
showing me the other day. Trevor's hands are wicked callous because he's a technician. He works on machinery all day, but he was showing me cuts in his. He says, "Yeah, I got these cuts on the palm of my hand that I don't know what they're from, and it does. It looks like somebody took a comb and raked down on his
Ouch.
palm, but." These they're like a 32nd of an inch deep, not really deep. It would draw blood on my hand, but it's all in the calluses. So he doesn't even know how it happened. He couldn't feel it because his
That
hands
can't be good.
have such thick uh skin because he's always worked with
Well,
that. That's
manual people. So I don't have very feminine hands, but here the skin is thicker. Here
mm-hmm.
as well. Here, and I'm probably gonna either have arthritis when I'm older because I'm like always like
Oh yeah.
grabbing, or I'm gonna be spared like early arthritis because like I'm always digging in soil. There's two mentalities. So
Right.
people that say that they're very manual have that, but if you work in soil, technically it's going to be later. So I'm crossing my finger that it's later
Yeah.
because I'm playing in the soil all the time. But definitely, like some part of my hands are like could need work. My
Right.
feet on the other hand, that's why I'm free of the toes. I need to maintain that because like I'm always on my feet. I'm
Yeah.
always on my feet, and I'm always barefoot.
Yeah.
Barefoot, you have like that thick layer at the end of the summer every year that I have to go at a like not foot massage, but pedicure.
Yeah.
Not the one with the like the painted toes,
But
like you
just
like
they take care of the whole foot,
yeah, and then the
the
massage the foot and
calluses.
all of that. I
Yeah.
like obviously they paint your toes, but I wouldn't go for that. But I have to do that at least once or twice a year.
Yeah, and it's not good to surprise someone with that gift because they probably should wash their feet first before you take them to the pedicure place.
I'm always shy when I go there. Like a friend of mine said she just started her practice and she's like, I would love to do your feet. I'm like, you're going to have to do a lot of work. Like I'm not sitting in an office 24/7.
Right.
I work on my feet. So I have the foot like a foot of a worker and I walk bare feet. She's like, cool, even better. I'm like, I love you're into it. Like she's so into it because like it's not like those perfect feet. Like she has to work.
Well,
Like
yeah. Yeah, and that is a good it's something number 1 she's interested in. Number 2, it's let's look, okay, how can I make this better for you?
yeah.
And that it's a challenge to her, and that's good people when you start getting into that.
Yeah. Now that I'm
Um,
talking of it, I think I'm gonna schedule a pedicure. I love those. Like I'm shy at first, but then like I scrub everything everywhere before I go, so that I'm
yeah.
like, like I don't traumatize anyone. But uh,
Um,
I'm waiting to see the physio because my feet are hurting, and I don't want my feet to hurt now. I'm too young. Definitely, definitely. I find that everyone calls me picky when I pick shoes. Like I go in those shoes places and I stick my hand inside and like I play with the inside of the sole of the shoe. I'm like, this has no arch. I can't wear this. And then I
yeah.
put it back and then I put it again. This has no arch. I can't wear it. And out of like the hundreds of pairs of shoes, I can maybe like try out one or two.
They
And I
don't make women's shoes properly. They don't make women's clothes properly. Um,
you
I,
know
I mean, it try getting well, now they're starting to get a little better, but I was trying to get Wendy hunting clothes, and you couldn't find them. Hunt a good pair of hunting boots, negative 40 degrees Fahrenheit below, to keep her feet warm. And it was hard finding women's boots. We ended up getting her smaller men's boots, is what we
I would
did.
do the same. There's a lot of stuff. When I was young, my hips were wide, and well, there's trauma involved also. But I ended up wearing men's clothes
Mm-hmm.
because women's clothes. As I was beginning my womanhood, I have an hour, like my body goes like this and then like this, the hourglass shape.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want to enhance it. So I was just wearing baggy clothes and they fit perfectly. Like I was able to hide my body shape early. Like I started my hips starting to be wide around 14, 15 years old. And
Yeah.
that's one of the only way that I was able to hide it. And I was more comfortable in men's clothing. And today, it's actually I have to admit, I've all my life I had struggle buying clothes. It is getting better.
Yeah.
Ish. There is other stuff that is not getting better. Like I used to be a certain size, and every year I go and I just get that size. Last time I went, it was like 2 size higher. I'm like, what? Like, there's no way I went from medium to extra large. Like, I didn't gain 60 pounds. Like, I gained 20, 25 pounds, maybe 30 pounds. Okay, I was going towards large. But I'm like, okay, but extra large was tight. So I'm
Yeah.
like,
And that one of the biggest problems with women's clothes, and I get this from listening to my sisters and my sister-in-laws and Wendy and stuff, is that you go to one store and you're a petite, you go to the next store and you're a large. The
yeah.
sizes are not.
Well, the one of the reasons is because the clothes doesn't come from the same country.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, it should be an international size. If you're 34-inch waist, it should be, I don't know what it should be, but like medium. If you're 39 inches, it should be large. If you're like 43 inches, you should, it should be, standardized. Or you could be a 7 in one brand, but you can be a 13 in another.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had that happen to me. I bought one store a 7 or a 9. I was like, oh my God, I'm in a 9. So I go to another store. Like, that means like I didn't weigh myself, so I didn't know. And then 9 didn't fit. 11 didn't fit. 13
Wouldn't
was
that make you
tight.
feel great?
I'm like, oh my gosh, how to feel like a piece of Can I say that word?
Yeah.
Can I say that
Oh
word?
yeah, we're plenty into it. I don't think
So
they'll.
I felt like a piece of shit. Like I was trying out a piece of clothes. In one store, I was a 7 or a 9. And then
You're
13,
like celebrating. You're like, yeah, I'm
and then
Victor.
you
I
feel
am
like a
woman.
humongous like a hippo. But anyways, womanhood in like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I was a preschool teacher, so for me, it was my knees that are always hurting. Gardening doesn't help either. Raised beds. Raised beds will be your best friend. And there's a cart every year. My husband says, "You sure you don't want it?" And every year I'm like, "No, not there yet." There's a cart you can sit on, and there's wheels, and you put like concrete slabs, little 18 by 18 slabs, and you just roll yourself down the row, and you can work.
I'm cheap. I use remember the old milk crates that they had that
Yeah, yeah, but you have
plastic?
to move it around. So when you
Well,
have a
yeah,
lot of,
you got to get up and pick it up. But
but if
look
you're
at
a
me; it's
redneck,
not going to hurt me to move a little.
you can transport that milk crate with 4 pieces of wood and 4 wheels.
Yes, and I have an old lawnmower out back. Old
I love
lawnmower.
saying that. Upcycling is one of my favorite things.
Yeah. I love it when I can build something. Like if I get it in my head. Uh, well, the other day I was working on the range, and because all my targets had fallen, and so I was building new things to hold the targets, and I was able to do everything without going anywhere buying. I had everything I needed here.
That feels awesome.
That is when I'm done. I'm like, dude, And then Trevor and Matt will come up and say, "Why are you saving all this stuff? Why you got Hands Junkyard and all this?" Because as soon as I get rid of it, I'll need it.
Need it. Yeah, I try to say that to my husband. Like, he has a burn pile, and I'm like, why don't you just like create an area where we can store the wood? Like, we have two sheds that we can put
Mhm.
siding on it, a little roofing, and put it there. And there is one thing I've been begging my husband to do is to collect pallets, like good quality pallets that he knows where they're from. At his work, there's docks delivered with pallets. I'm like, bring the wood back home. Buy me the tools that I need to unassemble those pallets. And he's like, it's so much work. I'm like, can you imagine what we could create with those wood pallets?
Yeah, I gotta say, pulling pallets apart, especially to reclaim the wood, can be hard.
There is a new tool that came out. I saw a blogger unassemble a pallet without a jigsaw, or that saw that, like, I
Yeah,
don't know if it's a jigsaw. And he
saw that.
shows how to assemble it. And it's like it's a mix of a crowbar and something else.
Oh, nice. Um,
But I mean, it's
but
so rewarding, like, to
yeah,
have that. It would, one, I told him it would be my training. I would have like a little outdoor area with a little roof. We can put all the reclaimed materials there, and I could assemble it like maybe an hour or two every week. And then when we need wood, 2x4s are there, 2x3s are there, two by whatever. What is pallets? So it's
pallets would be
1x6,
like
one
one
by
by
six.
1x4s, or 1x6s, depending because they got different ones.
Yeah, so there's 1x4s and there's 1x6. And then I could put all of that like in a certain area with a little roof, and then there's so many things you can do. You can do an accent
Well,
wall with pallets.
yeah. Oh yeah. The You could get it. This Okay. My back wall here that's paneling. I don't
Yeah,
know if you can see it,
that's
but that's paneling, but it's that old barn weathered wood look. But that's what a pallet wall would look like, kind
yeah.
of.
Well, I have
And
that. Wait, the door that's there? Like, there's a
yeah,
brown door. That's
yeah,
reclaimed wood from our attic. It's 100 years
yeah,
old.
yeah. And it's amazing. I In Port Lyden, there's a guy that my husband was a kid. He had one of those milk crates. Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Milk crates are underrated.
They
Seriously.
are, and they're hard to get nowadays. I don't. Nobody's throwing them out, or somebody's getting to them before me.
Yeah,
But
my husband was lucky enough to get a lot, I think, of 25 for $2 each, and
oh
he used
wow,
them for storage. Like,
yeah,
he puts the butt onto the wall, and he has like storage.
you know.
Sorry, I
Um,
interrupted you.
no, no, that's all right. But they built a fence. It's two pallets high, and they just use pallets on the bottom level. They ran real cheap chicken wire, but anything big, those pallets are going to keep out. And they did it all so the pallets are all facing one direction and all this other stuff.
Yeah,
Because
there
all you
is
got to
a
do is
way. There is a way
screw them
to
together.
transform palette into something nice. There is a way. You
Yeah,
just need to have a vision.
yeah.
And I'm the one with the vision, and my husband at the moment does not have that vision. So I've been the one looking for project. There's like a, what's it called in English? Un fumoir. When you a smoker.
Oh,
So with 4 pallets, you're able to create a smoker. I've been wanting that smoker for like so long. So you use 3 pallets. You put it like one like this, one like this, and, well, sorry, one like this,
hmm,
one like this, and then you use the fourth and the fifth if you need it to fill in the holes.
hmm,
So it's not the best smoker, but it does the job, because like I
yeah.
have some, like, we could thaw probably salmon, and we could do smoked salmon, we could do beef jerky, we could do, I have a lot of peppers that I would like to smoke to make smoked paprika. And what's the other one I wanted to do? I wanted to smoke red jalapenos to create chipotle.
Ooh.
I love Chipotle. Like, so Chipotle is like the gateway for me for introducing heat. My husband loves heat. I was not introduced to heat. My mom hated it, so we've never cooked with it. My boyfriend just did the plan for a new chicken house. Our old window will be used again.
Yeah.
Yay! Is that the window that's in your pantry or downstairs? I remember seeing in one of your videos like a huge 3 window. I'm trying to remember. It's been a while. I'm actually surprised I remember that detail. Like I have a hard time. I go into a room sometimes like, why was I here?
They found out why you forget when you walk into a room. Yeah, because I saw it on Facebook, so it's got to be true.
Yeah.
You walk into the room and you catch an alien in there, so they erase your memory so they can get it
Really?
right. Yeah.
Wow. No, seriously, that's like one of the biggest mysteries. So you can put a song I haven't heard. Best example, there's one of the songs that I used to watch. You know that Robin Hood movie with Kevin Costner?
Mm-hmm.
Brian Adams has a classic.
Uh, which one was it? Anything I do
I
for.
do it for you. Okay, put that song on. Like now I can't sing it. I can't sing it. But put that song on the radio. I'm going to sing to my lungs give out. Okay? But I walk into the bathroom and I'm like, what was I looking for? It's like,
Yep.
what am I doing here? Long-term memory works great. But
Yeah.
short-term oh, phone's ringing. I'll look in that later. Short-term memory does not work. Like I go
Yeah.
into or I go to sow some seeds. Okay, so I have to take out some seeds. Okay, okay, I remember I have to do this, 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 this. And I go in my sower. I'm like, what was I supposed to sow?
Well, your short-term memory could be because, well, you're a mom and a wife, so it's your obligation to remember everything for everyone.
Yeah, I told that
Um,
to my husband the other day. Is like, if tomorrow morning I get hit by a bus, you guys are lost. It's like you don't know how to pay the bills. You don't know the bills accounts. You don't know what the kids needs. You don't know like the Monday and Tuesday Emilia does this. The Wednesday this one does that. This one does that. Cedric, you don't know what he likes for his lunch. You do not know what time Cedric leaves in the morning. You do not know when Philip leaves in the morning. Or Emilia, you absolutely know nothing of her daily routine. And he was
that
like, he was looking at me weird. I'm
well,
like,
it was registering with him that she's right. When Wendy first got sick, that's one thing that she went over with me, and I'm like, well, we're not going to need this. Thank God she was smarter than I am, but but she made sure I knew this is what's going on with this. This is what's going on with this, and it just Zeller's song. I don't know what that is.
Zellers is like Walmart, but for Quebecers.
Oh,
It closed.
you know what song was in my head, and the company went out of business, I believe, or at least I haven't heard. Heine Wines Incorporated.
I don't know
It
that
was
one.
it was a real thing. It was in Utica, New York, and their song it used to play on Rock 107 when I was growing up all the time. Heine in the morning, Heine in the evening, Heine at supper time. If I give you some Heine, will you always be mine? That song popped in my head the other day. I'm like, dude, that was I never caught the double entendre until just now. Well, yes, the other day.
Yes, it is the Bones song. I haven't changed my ringer on my phone for like, I think I got that song before I was married.
Oh, with where she's the scientist and the
Yeah, I
FBI.
just hope I won't get flagged during the live.
Nah, they're off the air. That yeah, that's off the air. I don't think you'd get in trouble for that. I mean, it's a ringtone, so you paid to use it as a ringtone. You
Yeah,
know.
but still. So the other day I got a second warning for I don't know if you caught up on that. So my March Molass Madness video with Lynn, she was using a song from Epidemic.
Epidemic sound, yeah.
And she sent me the video and I used it. And I'm not an Epidemic account. So I got
Oh,
flagged. I had to cut it out and everything. And then she's like, I'm so sorry. So I got flagged. I didn't get any trouble, but like it's like
right.
it's a warning. And then Sunday night, I got another one from a video I published 9 months ago. So I used a song provided by YouTube that at the time did not require a license. And then 9 months later, I get a pop-up. It's like, oh, this video can no longer be monetized because of copyrights. So I had to change up a little thing, and I was actually talking over the music. So I had two choices: bring the video down or just change the song, and the voiceover was like canceled. So I got I got the strike of the life. That cost me a lot. I ended that in January, and then this month I had 2 warnings for copyrights.
And I had nothing to do with any of the last ones. Just
The copyrights, no, copyrights was I didn't think of it.
yeah.
She said she used the audio from. I thought she used audio from YouTube, but I forgot she was a
Epidemic sound. Yeah.
Epidemic sound. I really would love to have Epidemic, but I can't.
I just canceled mine because I was getting people say, okay, your music's too loud, or I don't like that background music, or I can't hear the background. There was just the background music to me added a lot to the different things, but I said, you know what? I'm paying $16 a month for Epidemic sound, or well, I guess it was 13 or something, and I've got to cut some fat because I've got to be able to afford toys, and
You mean man toys?
man toys. Yes, I have to go to the homesteading conference in May, second week of June. I'm going to West Virginia with Trevor again, and I've got to start cutting back on my
Yeah,
spending.
that's what I was going
And
to. I can't justify $18 a month for that because I'm already paying Canva.
yeah,
I have the pro version.
does Canva have music on it?
I don't know.
Copyright?
I think so. They do have some sounds.
Because my it's not the best. It's not nowhere near the quality of Epidemic sound, but my Cyberlink, my video editor software, comes with free copyright
I
free
am
music.
very careful with that because there is one video before even publishing it, when you upload, I had a copyright right from the start, and I was using free
Really?
music from my app. So I used to use CapCut on my phone. CapCut comes with certain sounds. So if it's a piano playing, a guitar playing, or if it's by Desmond, if it's anything like that, there's no problem. But if it was the song I use, automatically I had a copyright strike right from the start. So I had to change it up.
Well, the thing with Cyberlink is I could contact them and tell them, hey, listen, I got a copyright strike for this music that I got from your program, and they would take care. Their legal department would take care of
Well, I
that.
think there's something you can add in your description to make yourself secure. So in the YouTube library, we have 2 types of music. The first one is no license required. The second one is a license required. And if you click on that, they tell you what to do. Like
Yeah.
there's like one line you need to add into your video, like music provided, blah, 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 blah. And you just copy and paste that line and you just add it to your description. It's not that complicated, but I have to admit that I would love to have Epidemic, but there is something you can do I'm actually going to head away soon. I need to finish and edit my video for Thursday. What was I going to say? So in my CapCut editing editor that I use, when I add a song, I can bring down the volume.
Mm-hmm.
So when I voice over and use music like to add emotions, I up my volume. Well, I used to. Now with my microphone, I don't have to do it. So I used to up my voice and 25%. Like I would bring down to 25% the music. And there's transitioning in, transitioning out to like when the music pop in, like it gradually volume goes up and then it plateaus and then it goes down. So those are like, yeah, it is a lot of work. I'm going to read your comment after. And I am able to have voiceover and music at the same time. Now with my new microphone, I just have to bring down like 10%, like bring it down to either 20, and then I listen to it and I am able to do it. But like I'm already paying Canva and it already went up and I don't do $15 a month of revenue. So until I can make $50 of revenue every month, that's when I'm going to get epidemic, because then it's an expense that,
Yeah.
Because it's been 5 months. I just missed the threshold again.
Really?
Yeah.
I make I make $43 somewhere. I usually make in the 40s a month. And for what was it, last month or something, I was up in the 50s. I'm like, cool. But it's just not every 3 months, just ain't getting it for me.
Well,
What?
it's going to be 6 months. If I don't reach the threshold in April, it's going to be 7 months.
Wow. And you do good videos. I don't understand that.
I'm still trying to figure that out. Never knew that it was so complicated to have a channel. So here's the thing. It's not that it's complicated. There's rules. If you follow the rules, there's no complications. When you are new to YouTube, like you have to navigate through all of that. But once you've navigated through all of that, you kind of get used to, okay, so there's copyrights. You have to be careful what you say in videos because you can get flagged. And you just choose subjects that are not sensitive and you'll have no issues. The music is something we all get a slap on the hands, a couple of times during our career, but that's the only complications. If you're looking to make a career out of YouTube, there is where it gets complicated because you have to figure out the analytics, you have to figure out what your people want, blah, blah, blah. And that I find is complicated.
I keep watching these podcasters and YouTubers and all, and they're talking about their editors and all this other stuff. I'm like, I want an editor. I want to be able to just film content and send it to somebody else and then come back with this top of the line.
I watched one of the first YouTubers I fell in love with this week. So he had a thumbnail that was clickbait, and I clicked on it. So the clickbait, I'm not going to say any names because I don't want to piss on anyone's parade. So I clicked on it, and the thumbnail only represents the last minute of the 10-minute video. So you have to watch the entire video to know what's going on. But here is where I actually was so dizzy watching this video. Every freaking 10 seconds. Boom, 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 boom. Like it changes. Bloop, 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 bloop. Cuts. Da, da. I couldn't. I was so freaking dizzy. And at the end of that video, I was hyperventilating. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
I just couldn't. Like those types of videos and he actually pays for someone to do that for him. He sends his films to someone, and someone creates and generates a video from him, and he's comfortable publishing that. I'm like, I am not going to watch any of his videos anytime soon because like I had the worst visual emotions after that. It's
our watching with Think Media and Nick Nimmons and all that. Early on, I found that our attention span is so short.
15 seconds now.
Yeah, you need every so often, like within every minute, there's going to be a change, whether it's just zoom in a little bit, zoom out a little bit, just some kind of change, topic change, pace
Yeah.
change.
Well, his video,
Some
there's no transition. So it's pop, 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 pop every 10, 20 seconds. Pop, 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 right
and
after
that
like,
can get,
so like he was like talking blah, 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 and then switching like that, and then switching like that. And then I was like, my
yeah,
attention span is probably more than 15 seconds, but I was so mentally dizzy
yeah,
and overload. It was like if YouTube expects me to watch another video like that, nope, nope, definitely
yeah.
not. Every minute, every 1 to 2 minutes, I find it's an organic change. Like you
Mhm.
can do like a transition, like boop, and like add a sound or add some like click down below, like arrows and fine. But change plans, like
There's a
visual plans every
yeah,
10, 15 seconds.
yeah.
It made me nauseous.
Especially big changes. I've done videos like that where I say a sentence or a point. I make a point with one background, then I move to another background and make a point. But you've got to. I wouldn't go any quicker than that. You know, like every sentence would be way too much.
I find
Um,
that those videos, if you are a content creator being paid like $100,000 a year, I
yeah,
would definitely take all those times. But if I was going to do that, what work around the house as a wife I would do, as a mother I would do, as self-care, as a teacher, as a homesteader, as a person, I would be 50 to 60 hours a week filming B-rolls like nonstop, like poop, poop, poop. And like have like that, and this is what I hate about social media, have that fake life
yeah.
shown. So I'm a homesteader. I'm able to film, edit, publish, have all this and blah, blah, blah. It's all cute and cuddly. Daisies is
I
all
only
love.
sleep 2 hours a night.
Yeah. And you only sleep like 5 seconds every night. So I
Yeah,
find that it's not sending the right message.
no,
I don't
no.
feel it's sending the right message. He's
That,
he's making a boatload of money, so he can do whatever
oh
he
yeah,
wants. But like as a small homesteader channel or any type of channel, I don't think it is fair and healthy to
no.
have that.
I I think that I've been lucky in that I've been able to surround myself with authentic homesteaders. The channels that I deal with, the Kanuki rookies and stuff like that, we're all recording what we're doing. We're
Mhm.
yes, we'll chase content to the point of okay, I'm going to do something with the tractor today and film it, but it's still my life. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
still something that needed to be done.
Well, it is normal to put in the hours. That,
Right.
like what Marilyn says, it is normal, like to become a content creator and to have some income
Oh
from
yeah.
it. There is time and effort to be performed. But as a when you have an editor, so this is something when you're a content creator, if you and it actually this comment actually comes from him. If you have a 10-minute video, and he said this I think 5 years ago, if you have a 10-minute video, it's going to take you 5 times that if you're new to film it. Just to film it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe partly edited.
Yeah.
So one 10-minute video can take you up to 20 hours to create from start to finish.
Yeah.
Imagine if you create 5 videos a week.
Oh, I couldn't know.
That's 100
I'm
hours a week.
two videos a week in a live is, and then when I'm really, send out a couple shorts too.
Yeah.
Uh, and I mean, I hope one day my channel will support itself. I don't know if it'll ever support me, but it would
I
be
would
nice.
love to have that concept support itself. So
Yeah.
like the goal was a certain amount per month, but if I can pay the expensive of my apps.
Yeah.
So we now have Adobe, Canva, and we both want my husband and I want that music one,
Epidemic Sound.
Epidemic Sound. So he's the type of person that he wants all the tools before he gets started. I'm trying to tell him that's not how it works. You need to get started, and the tools will fall into place. But anyways,
Right.
that's
Well,
his
he,
mentality of seeing it.
yeah, it's kind of good because like you've already got Canva, so he can use your Canva account. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I could share him. Yeah, still,
And
but that's
and
what we want to do. We want to create an epidemic that we can both use.
but I've got I think I $60 a month just for YouTube. And I can't tell you some of the subscriptions I can't tell you what they are. When I was doing the books, the book publishing, which I still have books on KDP on Amazon KDP, but when I was real heavy into that, it was the editing stuff, the places to get public access pictures and stuff like that. But I don't know, maybe one day I'd like to go back to Epidemic Sound, but I've got to start making a little more
Yeah.
money first.
Well, Fred was supposed to help me out filming B rolls, and like he has a different eye than I do. So he
Mm-hmm.
used to be he used to work at Sears. Yeah, I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if you know Sears.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And he was in the picture. So people would go to him and take family pictures, and he loves to, like, right now he used the camera and he took pictures of our ducks that were taking a bath, and he's going to transform that picture into something so beautiful. Like, he's going to take
Mm-hmm.
about 15-20 minutes to change it and then create this new thing. So I'm like, he wants to help me get that vibe on my channel, but it's like every time I am working on a video, it doesn't work with the schedule that he had. So maybe this summer it's
Right.
gonna be easy, but at this point, like, I can't get that talent on board. So
Just to have somebody to do the camera work,
no,
somebody
I
that
went.
understood the I don't know, the rule of thirds and okay, this is what I want in this shot, and then they could do that. Yes,
I know.
and
When I'm ready for Epidemic, I'll reach out to you.
you know, and TubeBuddy has a discount, but I would use Mahilin. Mahilin.
Kami also has a affiliate link with TubeBuddy.
Yeah, I
I
think I do
use I
too.
use TubeBuddy for one of my channels, and it gives me limited access for my two others.
And the thing is, the wonderful thing is now that I use TubeBuddy, I have like the pro version or whatever, and I've learned so much that now, like with the No Borders homesteaders, I don't have to use TubeBuddy because I already know
You know the tricks.
how to the SEO and stuff like that. So
Are
um,
you having a recording tonight?
yes, we need to record tonight. Uh, it's getting it's hard because there are nights when you just feel bleh, but
Can you do that again, please? I didn't see that.
bleh.
It was better the first.
um but there's times you're like, oh, I don't want to record, and that's where it becomes work. When
Yeah,
it's play, you enjoy it all the time. When it's work, but I find when we're all together, it
it
just
becomes different.
yeah, it's
Mm,
so much. You're like, oh wow, we're in an hour already. We got to switch over to the after show,
yeah.
and
Me, it's the after show. Like the first hour, I probably could stay. Like I think it's 7:30 to 8:30.
yeah,
It's the 8:30 to 9:30 that converts to like 10:30.
yeah,
That's like the hardest part for me because I have to change that. Sleep, believe it or not, is if you are deprived is blah, 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 blah. Let's try that again. If you are deprived in sleep, it actually has an impact on your weight gain. if you don't drink enough water, it also has an impact on the quality of the sleep and on your weight gain. So
Yeah.
I'm trying, there's like small little steps that I'm trying to change. And if I go to bed at 10, I fall asleep sometimes like it's 11:30.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have that till like turning. Like it's getting better. Like if I go to bed at 10, now it's like 10:30, 10:45. If I go to 9:30, it's like 10:15. So I really need to be in like sleeping by 10:15 because I
Yeah.
have to wake up at 5:50 the next morning.
Ouch.
And I need a minimum of 8 hours of sleep
Yeah.
to like for my brain. You know that bubble head that goes like this, that
Yeah.
figurine in your car? If I don't have that 8 hours of sleep, that's how my brain is. Like, so in the morning,
How did that go?
that's how my brain feels.
Yeah.
And I carry that bubbly feeling throughout the day. And I find that when everyone leaves the house, I'm like, oh, God, I'm free. And then when everyone comes back and invades my space, because that's how I feel,
Yeah.
because I'm sleep deprived. So everyone comes back, and I feel that everyone is invading me, my silence, my peace, my nurtured area. And then it's like, mama, what are we having for lunch? What is for this? What is blah, 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 blah. So my brain goes like, so sorry, I screamed. The microphone was close. So if you're sleep deprived one night, it's fine. You can go to bed early. But if you're sleep deprived 7 days a week,
Yeah.
so that's why
I would like to change the recording nights to Saturdays.
I think Lynn is no longer going to be live on Saturdays.
Yeah. But
But
it's hard because some of you guys have lives. And it's like, you want to go out on a set, which is fine. I love it when we all get together.
yeah. Or what we can do is switch it up.
Yeah.
Like 2 Saturdays, and then I would say Saturdays should be like maybe the colder months, like January, February, and March.
Yeah.
And then like as soon as April rolls in, you have, well, depending of the years, Easter. Easter sometimes is in March, sometimes it's in April, like it depends. It's never the same. So I would say as soon as April rolls in till December, people have lives.
Yeah, they do.
So Saturday night during the summer, I'm so sorry. I love you guys, but I'm outside.
No,
Like, there's
absolutely.
no way that I've spent all those months inside and I'm going to stay inside. So my family sometimes is sitting watching TV. I'm outside. I'm playing in the garden until like the darkness possesses me, and like I have to go inside,
What
or
I
the
would
bugs
like
eat me alive. But
what I would like to do is if we can because we publish every 2 weeks, I think it is, twice a month. We publish a podcast, and I would like if we can record every week during the winter. That when there's more time and there's less to do, you know what I'm saying? If we could
I have
record
no
them
idea
all.
what you're talking about. Less to do. Yes.
Yeah. The hard part is it's like right now we're the next video or the next podcast, like tonight we'll be recording for May.
What is the subject?
I don't know yet. You want to host?
No. That came out way too fast. So you've covered what is homesteader. You've covered rabbits. You've covered sowing seeds.
We could do the lazy homesteader. We did important homestead skills.
You did injuries.
Yeah, we did injuries.
Have you talked about chickens?
No, we haven't. I don't
The
believe.
chickens, the gateway drug to homesteading.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. If everybody's on board, that's what we'll do tonight is chickens.
Come on.
Yeah.
Like, I have 4 people here. I know that Remy left his computer on, so he's probably not listening. So the 3 others that are here, Don't you think that, or unless everyone is like gone and it's just computers running and we're talking to ourselves like we're chickens with no heads.
I live alone in the middle of the woods. I talk to myself all the time.
You know, they say if no one answers back, you're fine. If someone answers back, there could be a potential problem there.
No comment. No, I'm not saying that.
But definitely, chicken is the gateway drug to homesteading. There's another gateway drug, buying seeds, but that's another story.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Now I can't. Why are you?
Actually, it's not related to homesteading, but it could be an interesting subject for future podcast. What does people do at the moment to make sure that they can homestead? Example: I homestead. My husband works, and the fact that I am the way that our taxes work, we get like a big refund at the end of the year. That kind of is my salary, and then we have higher tax rebates during the year, so I have like monthly allowance for my kids because I don't have a revenue. So that is all my salary, and all of that is making me able to have a homesteader, plus all the financial sacrifices and planning and the way that we live makes it possible. There's other people that, like Darren, he has products, what his girlfriend does, to make the homestead lifestyle possible. Like, what do we do on the side to make the homesteading life possible? Because that's like the dark side of stuff that we don't talk. Like, there's many things that we need to do to actually make this possible.
What do you do to accommodate your homesteading habit?
Yeah, it's a good, yeah. Addiction.
Addiction, yeah. Well,
Addiction. If you write addiction, you're gonna get like clickbait.
No, because the addiction is real. The addiction is real. Just ask anybody who has 3 huge containers full of seeds. Remy, I'm looking at you.
I'm not buying the third. Because if I buy the third, I find I have a seed problem.
Yeah.
So
I got 1.5 full right now.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna plant what I can. I'm switching to partial raised beds this year. And hopefully that works out good for me.
Yeah, I find that addiction of seeds could be a potential problem because, you have to purchase the seeds. But I have to say this year is one of the last years that I buy seeds. I seed swapped, and I think I made 3 seed orders. The only thing that I find that is like expensive, I bought seedlings at Richards. It's an Ontario company that I can't seem to get as seeds. Like seedlings I cannot seem to grow. I buy them. What in the CPPRRSPTFSA make homesteading possible? Okay, so
I don't know what that is.
So those are acronyms. TFSA.
I know what the TSA, I know what they are if you fly, but
TFSA.
All right, I know we're going to make you type, but you got to tell us what those.
So CPP. RRSP. Retirement money, I think. Okay, so. Okay, Canadian Pension Plan. Woohoo! I got the first one. Woo-hoo-hoo. And then RRSP. So RRSP would be the retirement plan. But I don't know what the TFSA is.
I know. I will say that I wouldn't be able to do it without my You can say I'm disabled through the VA, or you could say I'm medically retired through the VA.
But you have a vet pension.
Right. And without that, I wouldn't be able to do anything much.
Canadian
I would
pension
have to.
plan. And RR is probably his work. So tax-free saving account. Oh, silly tax-free. Okay.
Wait,
So it is silly in
don't
French, bro. What?
don't tell the Canadian government that there's something they haven't taxed yet.
Okay, so here how that works. It's called a silly in French. Is you put money in there. It's like RSTs. And when you come to it's a higher rate investment plan if I am understanding it correctly. And then when you put that in is I think it brings your bracket of your salary down. I think, I'm not sure. And then when you come to retreat it, that's when you will pay taxes from it. I think it's similar to our RSTs, but there's like differences. That's real. That's true. What is Sicily then? I know it's an investment plan that is tax free. Anyways, there's so many. But it's from a bank. I know it's from a bank, but I don't know what a REER is. I think it's RSTs. Okay, so he says Canadian pension plan, tax free saving plan. But what's the RRSP? Canada has their own plan. Okay. Well, I have access to nada because I don't work. I don't have an income. Yeah. So I do the job of a mother, of a teacher, of a nurse, of a doctor, of a... What else do I do? When my children are going through a nervous breakdown, even though my mental health is like on the brink of like falling apart, I still have to listen to them. I am a provider of like solutions. I am the magic glue that holds everything together. I work, and it is proven to be a stay-at-home wife or mom. It is proven that we work 80 hours a week. Mm-hmm. And it's like 5 different jobs. And yet we are paid $0.
But if you do it right, then when you're old and your retirement plan is moving in with one of your children, then you can punish them.
Yeah. Okay, so registered retirement plan taxed at withdrawal. Okay.
Okay.
So I don't have a retirement plan. My retirement plan was supposed to be a RST that I was supposed to do when I was 39. But the lovely C virus put a punch through that plan. We were supposed to be debt free in 2022.
Trevor,
and I was supposed to do a RST that was supposed to be a pension plan because I don't work. So Fred has his pension plan. If I don't have like a plan of some sort, I'm gonna have to work till I die. Because I stopped working 7 years ago. So I'm gonna have my pension plan from Quebec, my pension plan from Canada, but it's gonna be like maybe $100 a month. So I need to, before I'm 50, I need to convince my husband that we have to go debt-free within the next 3-4 years, and then do the RSTs, because that is going to be my pension plan when he retires.
Do you guys have access to lines of credit?
Yes. I don't, because I don't have credit.
Look up Velocity Banking. Trevor is doing this. What it is he got a line of credit, and he paid off. Let's just say it was
It's like a loan to pay off all the debt, and then you have the credit line to pay.
well, it's a credit. You get a line of credit. You pay. Say you get a $10,000 line of credit, and you take that $10,000 and pay off your car. Say right,
Mm-hmm.
and then every month you take your entire pay check and put it in that line of and pay that line of credit. Like say you make you got 10,000 line of credit. Say you make 2,000 a month. You take that $2,000, all of it, and put it in that line of credit. That takes you down $2,000. Then you pay your bills. So now you only owe $8,000. You pay your bills from that. That might take you up to um, 9 or whatever, but you're paying it down and it frees up. Velocity banking. There's a woman, a blonde haired woman. I don't know I can't think of her name on YouTube. But Trevor has done it, and he did $15,000. He put his wife's car and some other stuff on there, and he started off at $15,000, and it's down to $6,000, and he started in January. So January, February, and almost March, and he's paid off like $7,000 while living, and using. He hasn't changed anything except he is now putting all of his income to pay that, because that way that takes care of your payment on the line of credit. Fantastic. That's it. Fantastic is the name of the thing there. And Trevor has paid down. And the thing is because it's a different type of interest. Like your car loan is a interest forward loan. Basically, when you get a car loan, you're paying for the bank car before you start really paying on yours. You buy you know what I'm saying?
There's interest rates.
The interest is all paid up front. You're paying the bank before you start paying on your car. With the
I don't think we would have access to something like this in Canada.
Well, you could do I'm thinking about trying to do on the rental property a home equity line of credit, where I put up, because if I lose that.
So it's like if you owe 15, you're going to pay 15. You're not going to pay 15 plus the interests.
Well, no, there will be interest on the line
Capital?
of credit.
Okay.
There will be interest on the line of credit. However, you're only pay the line of credit is every day your interest is calculated. And so let me see if I'm saying this right. Yeah. So if you pay it down to 8,000, or say you pay it down to 8,000, you're only paying interest on 8,000. Then when you take out for like your mortgage or your groceries or whatever, then it's 8,700 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Instead of paying the bank all their interest up front, because it's front loaded, and buying them a car first, you're only paying interest on what you got. And then, so when you put all of your income on that line of credit, it takes that way down. So you're not paying a whole lot of interest. And then Trevor's got it spaced out where like the car pay, or not the car payment, but his mortgage doesn't come out until the end of the month. So at the first of the month, when he puts all that money on there, he's only paying interest for the most of that month on a lower cost than when he puts his pays his mortgage, that raises it a little, but it's at the end of the month, so it's not a big deal.
When we got news that we needed to buy a house, we did a like we condensed all our loans into
Mm.
one payment, and it was 5 years. It was a very low interest, and we were finishing that loan with paying the payment of my car. That was like the best thing we ever did. And technically, as like that year that the car was being paid and the loan was being paid, like within the next 18 months, like max tops. It was 6 months to 18 months, depending, we had kids, blah, 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 and repairs. But we're thinking of doing it again. We're back. We're back where we were 7 years ago
Yeah. Well,
because of the interest rates.
look into that Fantastic, the velocity banking, because it saves you thousands. Number one, you're paying your car right off. So
My
all
car's
that,
paid.
or whatever, you can do
So
it with mortgage or
my
anything.
mortgage is 4.25%.
Mm-hmm.
And well, the credit cards are like
But
the credit
because,
cards are ridiculous. They're now every
yeah,
21 days it's 29% or something.
yeah, credit cards are horrible.
Yeah.
Um, and the thing is when you put your whole income on that, number one, you're saving all that interest. Even if the line of credit's interest is higher, it's a different kind of interest. You're not paying the interest first. You're
Yeah.
paying on the total principal.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm
and
letting go of like we're getting our income tax. I have to sit down. I not sit down. I have to find the courage to sit down and to write everything down cuz like I'm kind of in denial, part denial. Like every month we seem to have enough, but I'm kind of tired of that feeling of like, are we going to be okay? Are we going to be okay? Are we going to be okay? And within the last, I would say we're 4 years in that seething, and it changed everyone. Like we're kind of like, well, for my part, you're kind of in denial. You're like kind of an ostrich with your head in the sand,
Mhm.
and you're like just life goes by. Like I lost motivation on so many things. I did keep some for others, but financial, with everything going on, like the price is going up, the food being
Yeah.
ridiculous. We went to like we couldn't even find toilet paper to not being able to afford toilet paper in 4 years.
Yep.
I'm gonna let that sink in. We
And
went
and
to not being able to find toilet paper and not being like toilet paper is like basic needs. Okay, everyone that tells me you do not need toilet paper, please let's have that conversation. It's like luxury
um
that we need.
during the lockdown,
Yeah.
I bought a bidet. I haven't hooked it
Yeah.
up, but I said I am not going to be stuck. And I also have um, the whole homesteader prepper side of me. I Every time I empty one of those big bags of toilet paper, I think they got like 28 rolls or 48 rolls, something like that.
Hmm.
I buy a new one, and so the stack never gets any smaller. But I've got enough to last one person a long time, because there are certain things I don't want to do without. When
Yeah,
I was
you could probably live without toilet paper,
But
but I
what
will never choose to
right?
live without toilet paper. There's a
What is the
difference.
alternative? Back before the flush toilets, indoor plumbing, and toilet paper, at the outhouse, there was a rack behind the outhouse that everyone, and there was like a wash basin. Everyone hung their own cloth, we'll call it, behind the outhouse.
Mm,
And when
mm,
you were done, you rinsed it. You rinsed
mm,
it and rehung it, and everyone had their own. I don't
mm,
want to go there.
mm, mm-mm. Well,
But I
no.
do apologize to to the whole world the policies of the United States government have set the uh, fuel prices, and that's one of the reasons that
Well,
everything
to our
costs so
knowledge.
much.
To our knowledge.
Yeah, and our uh, that is set that, and then a lot of the policies of the various governments have raised inflation because everything's bought and sold with the U.S. dollar. So when the U.S. dollar goes down in worth,
Ouch!
as long as I get my own sponge,
Ouch!
they had
Vinegar?
community.
Okay, if you're a man, fine. Okay? Fine. If you're a woman, no. No vinegar going up there.
Why?
Okay, so when we have infections,
Uh-huh.
we use apple cider vinegar and it
Uh-huh.
burns. It's
Oh,
fragile skin.
I remember Wendy buying
If you have an infection,
a do well she
in
had she
gush, yeah,
had vinegar douches.
yes, okay, but okay, let me just picture this, okay? If you are
Oh, damn.
sexually active, okay?
I'm not.
If I said if,
Oh.
I'm sorry if I'm insulting anyone with my language, okay? So if you have micro little what do you call it, fissure, well the friction causes like little things inside, and you put
Microabrasion.
vinegar on that. It's like if you take an open wound and you
Oh.
put vinegar on that.
Okay. Yeah, that wouldn't be pleasant.
And if you were like, there's all types of people, they do their
Yeah.
things, so no.
Well, oh, I got to tell you that there's a new product down here, and it's commercials everywhere. It's called Lumi. It's a deodorant, and the lady says it's for your tits, under your breasts, and then she said something about bifolds and your crotch area and stuff like that. It's deodorant for it, and they had a testimonial, and this one lady says, my gynecologist suggested this to me, and I'm thinking, what kind of problems do you have if your gynecologist says you need deodorant down there? I'm sorry. This probably, I don't want to ban my channel, not hers.
Well, I don't think we're being disrespectful.
No, it's not disrespectful, but it just makes you wonder. Okay, when that particular doctor suggests deodorant,
Well, and okay, so I'm trying to. Okay, so I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt. So I'm a woman, not me, but I'm a woman. I have problems in certain areas of my life, and I go to see a doctor for a
right?
certain area of my life, and I say I have this problem in my life. Can you help me? He or she could have made the suggestion.
Oh,
I'm trying to give this benefit of the doubt.
benefit of the doubt.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
Because I'm sorry, I have a dirty mind, and all I can see is that particular doctor going, "What?
No, I doubt it's that.
Can you bring in the Lysol?"
I don't think. Okay, fine. Because there is like a trick that if you have an infection, you use apple cider vinegar, and depending how far you are into your infection, like it hurts. So, uh, okay. Well, same thing. I don't think I would, but okay.
Yeah, that I couldn't do that.
The bidet. My husband went to France. His father's French, and he didn't understand what that thing was next to the toilet. So his father says, "Sit on it. You're gonna enjoy it." he was deep.
There's a fountain in the bathroom.
So he's like, it was the worst and the best experience of his life all at the same time. He's like, you have cold water in your crotch being like, and if you're placed right, as a teenager, you explore certain things.
Yeah. Oh,
So
whoa,
he's
we
like,
got some water pressure now.
yeah. So like, he's like, ooh, pressure feels fine. Oh, it's cold.
Well, you heard about that guy? His wife was sick, so he stayed home from work to take care of their daughter. And she said, "Daddy, I want to have a tea party." And uh, he's like, "All right."
Rachel,
And hey, Rachel. And so
bye,
the
babe.
daughter's like 4 or 5 years old, and they're having a tea party, and she leaves the room and she comes back, and so later that day he goes in to check on his wife. She's in the bedroom, and because she's awful sick, and she says, "What have you been doing today?" He says, "Well, we had a tea party." She goes, "Oh," he said, "but she just used, it was just water." And the wife looks at him and she's like, "Did you fill the thing, the teapot?" And he says, "No." And she says, "Think about it. Where's the only water she can reach?" The little girl had been going in and filling it up in the toilet bowl and making daddy tea.
Mm. Num num num.
That's the difference between a mom's thinking and a husband's thinking.
Yeah. Oh, Rachel says she loves her bidet. Bye, Darren. Makes me feel clean. Different kind of yeast. Have a great day. I used to turn on my aunt's bidet on full force to see if it would reach the ceiling. I have a visual. We will have a bidet someday, but my boyfriend wants the deluxe one with hot water. Definitely, definitely. I totally agree. I never had the privilege or the experience of a bidet, but it does sound,
But you're French.
I'm not French. So my mom's from here, my dad's from here. My dad's origin comes from Ireland, but like
Oh,
many generations back. My husband, his mom comes from here, but his father was born in Saint Malo, I think, in France during the war.
well, but okay, you're French. Can you speak French?
Yes, I am French Canadian,
Yes,
but
French
I was
Canadian.
like my origin comes from here. It's like future generation, like past generation that comes from Ireland. All I know is there's like this O'Connell or O'Donnell woman that came to Canada and married a pear tree. That's all I know. Teachers.
My
You do not need the hot water one. You're only using the water in your lines, and it doesn't run long enough for the warm water to get there anyway. We have
my
well water. Woo!
tramp in the go.
The turtle can go inside also.
The what?
The turtle. You don't know that expression? Come on, you're a man.
Oh, like a turtle head poking out?
Okay, okay. Let me have that basic anatomy with you. Okay, I can't believe I'm having this. So, as a man,
Hmm.
when it gets cold, your turtle goes inside.
Oh, shrinkage. Yes.
So, can you imagine with a bidet with well water?
Oh, whoa.
Ooh la la.
Yeah.
Definitely getting flagged for this one.
Nah, we've been on for 2 hours, and
Heated seat ones. Ooh, so you have your bum all warm while you're getting your thing washed. I'm in Canada. It's fine. Even cold water is room temperature. Okay. Well, I have to turn on the tap for quite a long time before I actually get like suitable, comfortable water. So depends where you are in the world. Do we recycle bidet water?
No.
No, we don't. It's
Unless you're a little girl making tea for your daddy.
I'm gonna have that visual all day long now. I'm supposed to make tea this afternoon. Ew. Oh, yeah.
The spit.
Oh my god. Nope. No brushes. Ouch. Unless you're into some shit that we don't know about, but no.
Yeah, that's.
I said I was only going to be on for half an hour to an hour, and it's been 2 hours now. I have to edit a video.
I have
Seriously.
to make a video.
I have to edit a video, and it needs to be published for Thursday, and I have to film a video for next Thursday after that. I am thinking of going back to one video a week because it is a lot of work, 2 videos a week.
Yeah, I cut back. Like I didn't put out a video yesterday.
Ow! Ow!
Wax on, wax off.
Ow! Well, I'm gonna thank everyone for popping in. I'm gonna cut this short because if I don't remove the plaster like super fast, I will never leave because I'm having so much fun right now. But I have to adult and I have to go edit my video. So thank you for popping in. I had a blast.
Yeah.
I'm in better shape than Sunday. Sunday I was like, I don't know. I was not feeling it at all. And I've been like saying no to gastro because like 2 out of 5 had it. And I don't want it. I don't want it. There's things in life that I don't mind sharing. And that's one of them. I do not wish to share. And the kids, when they have gastro, they always like, Mama. And they're like, I'm like, don't touch me. No.
Get away, demon.
Yeah, okay, so there's things that I permit myself to say this. I feel like gastro is in that category. Every human being should not have to go through gastro. Like, I would even wish this on my worst enemy. It's like you feel like you're dying. You feel like you're like your world's about to crumble. Like everything comes out from every hole that you have in your body. And then there's nothing left, but somehow your body still say, I'm not done. Like there's more coming out.
And you're like, where is it coming from? I haven't drank this much water if you combined everything I've drank since I was 20.
So I don't even wish this on my worst enemy at all.
Yeah, well, I hope you don't catch it, and I hope your kids and everybody feel better.
Cedric had it Wednesday. He was done Friday. Emilia caught it Saturday, and she's back in school today for the first day. Philip yesterday played a little trick on me. He said his stomach was hurting, and I'm like, and after that, he was like in like beautiful shape, and like I caught his lie. It's too late. So today I'm like, I don't care if your stomach hurts. I was a bad mom this morning. I'm like, you're going to school. He's like, yeah, but what if I actually have gastro? I'm like, I'm going to go pick you up at school.
Well, that's why you don't cry wolf, bud.
Yeah, so I'm maybe going to be called a bad mom for this. But I told him, you can't lie to me like this because now when your stomach is going to hurt, I'm going to question. Yeah. I'm going to question your pain. Are you really sick? Or you're just pulling, I don't want to go to school.
Yeah, you're not a bad mom for teaching your children that there are consequences for their actions. And sometimes life sucks. Wait till they get to be an adult.
Yeah. Like there's if like my daughter when she got her she had a repair on her tooth. She's like, Mom, I really feel like crap. I want to go home. Even though she didn't tell me she wanted to go home, I saw the pain she went through. I was keeping her at home regardless. I was just waiting for the appointment to be finished, and she asked to stay home, so I kept her. But if it's just like a cleaning of her tooth or like a little stomach, or you're creating a pain in your stomach, I feel that a little education is needed, because if you can milk a stomach pain, you can milk something else as you get older.
Yeah.
Have a great day, Karen.
Bye.
No, I didn't catch it. I didn't catch it. So every single day I sit down and meditate and I'm like, Gastro, go away. Gastro, go away. Gastro, like, do not use me as how you say that, as a specimen. Like I don't,
Yeah.
you do not have my approval.
How's that, the Christian version of that would be, the power of Christ compels you.
Yeah,
Be
I tell you to
gone.
like be gone, go away. Although I don't think it would work, but
No, probably not.
no, there's many things that prayer and meditation can do for you. But that's why I call it a demon.
Yes. Yeah. And there are consequences to life. There are consequences
I've
that are going
washed my hands. I don't think the camera can pick it up, but like I'm cracking everywhere. I'm like I have like cracks and blood and scabs everywhere from washing my hands. Like I
yeah.
washed, like now I've touched everywhere on my desk. I did touch my face. I shouldn't have done that. I'm gonna go wash my hands
You
like
watch
20
like
times.
every commercial for like a full year and a half, couple years ago. Don't
Not for
touch your
well,
face.
okay. So having a good hygiene is one thing. Washing my hands if I'm sick, if I'm cold, or if I have what do you call it, bronchitis, or what is this,
Sinus.
sinus infection. Those are highly contagious. Pink eye, they're highly contagious. So when you bring in common sense and personal hygiene, that's normal. Like you
Mhm.
need to have personal hygiene and common sense. Yes, obviously you have to wash your hands.
Right.
Obviously,
Obvious.
you have to. But when gastro hits, like I wash my hands 50 times in an hour to make sure that I don't get it. And I'm like washing every surface that my kids are touching.
Mom bought a case of Lysol.
I don't use Lysol.
You know, it if it kills
So
99.9% of
the thing
bacteria,
is,
and it's
Lysol,
killing the
okay,
good
so
stuff too.
if when I got C for the first time, I told my husband to buy a box of Lysol because I was so scared. I was petrified and like, I don't want anyone to catch it. So I had the virus and I was washing the floors, like if I could have reached the ceiling that are 10 feet tall, I would have washed the ceiling. Yeah, common sense. You have to use your common sense. If you can find it,
Yeah,
use
it's
it.
not so common anymore.
Yeah. So I went in that fear spiral and I washed like every single surface I was touching. And like I had my bathroom, everyone else had their bathroom, and like I killed my hands and probably our gut health as well. But it throws off your hormones.
Yeah, big.
So now I use Dawn soap. It kills part of the bacteria, but it doesn't kill all the bacteria. It keeps the good ones. And I think this is why most of us are like so much more sick.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
It's like we've used that, that little thing that,
The hand sanitizer. Yeah.
yeah. So we're killing the bad ones. Obviously, we want the bad ones to go away, but we also kill the good ones, and we are suffering the consequences today.
Yes.
So once a year gastro, that's normal.
Right.
The year just started, and we had like 4 or 5 gastros going around.
But yeah, because our gut health is off, and our bodies, the way your immune system works is it needs a little bit. That's why vaccines work, because those things, the pokes they give your body a little bit of the dead virus, whatever it is, and your body says, oh, this is not supposed to be here. And then your body remembers that, your immune system remembers that. Well, when you come in contact with stuff like from touching coffee cups and stuff like that, your body remembers that, says this is not supposed to be here. And then there's some good stuff that your body says this is supposed to be in this part of the body. We're
Yeah.
going to leave that there. But then when you kill it all, then your body's like, oh, I don't recognize that. I'm going to kill it, even though it's supposed to be in this part of my body.
Yeah, they told us, like, I have a friend that's in daycare and all the specialists, we still have like a year or two of our body adapting minimum
Yeah.
to good and the bad. So pink eye has come back. Like, where was that? When you saw people with pink eye before, you thought they were like
Now I get this from
smoking.
I get this from a comedy. What's that guy's name? Jeff Dunham.
Isn't that the
Yeah, he's got the mannequins, and
I love that dude.
his son got pink eye, and so he said he went to the doctor, and the doctor says, "Do you know what pink eye comes from?" And he's like,
Well, it's
"No."
a
And he's like,
bacteria
it's
in
a bacteria in feces.
what?
It's from getting feces in your eye, is what he said. The doctor told him. Now, the rest of the joke went that his old the old grouchy Muppet was teaching his son to walk up and goose the dog with his finger.
Okay, so
And
is it animal feces or any types of feces or human feces?
I think it resides in any feces. But now that's not saying that
This is
your child had poop on his hands when he well, it kind of is, but it's not saying that he had literal poop on it. He might have lifted the toilet seat and got a little bit of that from that.
and then didn't wash his hands properly.
Yeah, or
Or our
or
dogs can go
or
outside and then step in something and bring it back in the house.
and
And
then he's petting the dog, and the dog touches its feet. Yeah.
really,
But
okay, so just in case I get flagged, this is from knowledge we've gathered over
yes,
the
this
web
is
to our best knowledge. I do not want to get flagged.
no, we are not doctors. This is entertainment only. And I
Yes.
but just in case, don't goose the dog.
Yeah. I saw him live at New Year's. I love that. The skeleton.
Ahmed, the dead parrot.
Ahmed. Oh, he's my favorite. He's my favorite. I kill you.
I kill you.
He was my favorite puppet. Like, I watched him on replay. Oh my god, I had so much fun.
He was telling a story where he went to, was it Saudi Arabia, and he's like, okay, he's like, he was on the plane with like the princes and the handlers and stuff, and he's like, I don't want to offend anybody, I'm not gonna do, and they're like, you've got to do Ahmed. That is the funny. They love Ahmed in the Arabic countries.
Well, he would have get sued if they didn't love him.
Oh yeah. They wouldn't have booked him.
I
You know.
like when he's disappointed because he didn't get the virgins.
Yes.
And when they dress him up as a girl, oh my god, he has like little
Up
curly hair and like
curly hair. Yeah.
little bows. Oh, I kill you.
I kill you. Oh.
When like the eyes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ahmed is one thing.
Uh-huh.
The way that the person speak is another, okay? But the combination of what he can do with his fingers, like when like he opens his eye and like goes like this and then the eye moves like that. Oh, he must have spent hours in front of a mirror.
And he is just a naturally funny person. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay, so I'm going to have a conversation with my husband. Because 3 out of 5 of us have it.
Ooh.
So Cedric started with one eye, then he had the second eye, and then Philip had it in one eye, and then converted in the other because it's contagious.
Right.
And yesterday morning, my husband called me. He's like, I have a severe case of one.
did.
So I know that it's not because the Cedric, I have no idea where he got it. All I know is that Philip touched something Cedric touched, and then Cedric probably carried it over to Fred because I go
Yeah.
when I sleep with Cedric, he's not on my arm. He's next to me, but I don't have him on me or on my pillow because I knew that it was contagious. I didn't know that it
Mm.
comes from that. But Fred shared the same pillow, and probably and he probably went like that, and now his eye is almost closed.
Yeah. Brampton Gardner,
Yeah.
wash
So
all your
yeah,
pillows.
definitely. I'm now that I know this, everything we sleep on is gonna get washed this week. Hot water and Jamex. No poop in my house. Well, I have two
No poop
dogs.
for you.
No poop for you. And I'm gonna use the brushes. I go boo. Okay, I'm gonna go before I say
All
something
right.
stupid. Well, thanks a lot, everyone.
Have a
Bye.
great day, guys. See you later,
If you're
Andy.
puking, the blood. Wait. If you're
If you're
puking, the backsplash. Okay, now I'm curious. I'm gonna read your comment and then I'm gonna go. What are you talking about?
oh, maybe if it splash when you're throwing up in the toilet and it splashes up, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and it gets on the bottom of the because they had gastro too, so that means
Well, no, he had
exploding.
the pink eye before the gastro, so he caught the pink eye at school
Oh,
or here.
oh,
But every
yeah.
single child educator or teacher that I talked to wear goggles. Yeah, definitely. Every teacher that I've spoke to said that pink eye this year is horrible. There's pink eye everywhere.
Well,
But
think
like
about it.
now that I know this, common sense,
Common sense.
I would actually play a game with kids. Okay, we're back from outside. Everyone, go in the bathroom, wash your hands, and then when you're done, you're taking off your coat. Go, 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 go. But that's just, common sense
Yeah.
from the
Yeah.
toilet water. Yeah, wear goggles. Too
Well,
many
and
kids touching.
we've destroyed our immune system.
No, they're not touching my lettuce. Because, anyways. Okay, that's it.
All
I'm going to
right.
be an adult and I'm going to go edit. Thanks for popping in. Bye, everyone.
See y'all later.